I believe the Cart Barn Inn is Paul Tyler. His dream, he's the one that brought it forth. Well, the woman behind the Cart Barn Inn would be me. I enjoy people. Paul enjoyed people. I think that's why we ended up at the Cart Barn Inn, because we both valued people, and it was just a fun thing to do. The Cart Barn Inn got started in 2007 with a dream. Paul said to me one day, Kay, this building's sitting here empty, 7,000 square feet. We need to do something with it. And I said, okay, but I don't know what that will be. And he said, well, I don't either, but we just need to pray about it. And so a couple of weeks later, he said, well, I know what to do with the Cart Barn. And I said, you do? And he said, yes, we're going to turn it into the Cart Barn Inn, and that's what we're going to call it. And he said, are you game? And I said, yes, I am. And so we proceeded to do just that. The first year that we were open, we opened in August before the game started in September. And so we had people calling, wanting rooms, and we only had the side with the king rooms completed. So we'd close all the doors to the queen rooms, and we'd have to clean up the lobby and get it ready because they had been cutting wood in there all week. And there was no landscaping, there was no concrete out front for the parking lot. And but people were coming. You know, we had, our whole year was booked with people coming to Cart Barn Inn to go to the Ole Miss games. And so one specific, I can tell you many, but this one was so funny, I thought. But when they turned into the driveway, like I said, it's not even paved. And the wife goes, and her you can just see her face fall. And she starts shaking her head, no. And so he pulls up and parks, and I see him turning and talking to her, and she's saying like this, no. And so they sit there for 2 or 3 minutes. And so I saw him get out of the car, and he dropped his head, and he opened the door, and he stepped in, and he went, wow, I'll be right back. So he turned around, and he just ran back to his car, and he was in a pickup truck. And he opened the door, and you could see him just talking away, and she's still just like this, no, there's no way I'm going in there, no. And he talked to her, and she finally got out, and she started walking toward the Cart Barn Inn, and got to the back of the pickup truck, and she started again, no. And so he let the tailgate down and picked her up and set her on the tailgate, and he's just talking just hard as he can go. And so she finally said, okay. And so he set her down and walked in. And she did the same thing he did. Oh, wow. And I said, would you like to see a room? Well, could I? And I said, well, of course. So I took her to her room, and the door opened, and the look on her face was just amazing. But they were Ole Miss people, but they lived in Florida. So they had come from Florida to the Ole Miss Florida game. And but they came back all year and they booked before they left, and they called their friends and booked them to come. So it's been interesting. It's been fun. That's one of the funny stories, and I could go on because, that first year was very bare from the outside. I would describe the Cart Barn Inn as shabby chic. I don't like matchy, everything looking the same, and I don't like everything being perfect. I want people to walk in, feel like they can sit anywhere they want to sit, just be themselves without having to worry about what's going on. I want the guests to remember that they were accepted, that they were pampered, that they had a good time, they enjoyed just being here. Well, the future holds for the Cart Barn Inn. I believe many things. I believe that the Cart Barn Inn will be around for a long time, that people will be coming to this place to spend time with their families, spend time with their friends, have a place to come when they're working. You know, I see a great future for the Cart Barn Inn.